Hello, welcome to your Moonday reading for the collective, so everyone can participate in this reading. This week our moon is going to be traveling from Sagittarius into Capricorn and then into Aquarius, and it's going to be building. So we're going to be gaining momentum here as it's increasing its ability to reflect, and we're working our way back towards a full moon. So in the center here I have cards that represent the moon itself, which are going to be speaking about our emotions. This set will be more about how this energy is affecting our exterior world, our physical beings, and our physical environment. And then this is talking about more of our higher selves and how this energy is relating to all of that. These three cards are included for a little therapy, to give a little advice to the other cards that bring in sort of the story and the messages about what's going on. So thank you for joining me. If I haven't welcomed you, welcome. And let's see what we get. I was so hesitant to move forward with this because I pulled these two cards and I was loving it because they really echo one another. And then this card came out and I was like, oh. But we'll see what all this means. And if we have to move through this energy, then we have to move through this energy. It feels like we're all in it together anyway. So let's have a look here. So I see that we may be hopeful, like we want to move towards not just a vision that we're building, but something that's probably been a vision that we want to actualize. And we realize that there are several steps to get there. It may take a lot of courage. It may take a lot of alone time. You may be doing this at home, at night, after if you work a long day of work, or just needing to do things during the nighttime. Maybe that's when you feel inspired. I am loving that we have, this could be the sunshine as well, but for me it's speaking of the moon, and we have this moon as well here with its message saying surrender to the divine. So this may be something that you consider kind of spiritual, a personal project that somehow builds that aspect of your identity and your selfhood, and speaks to a lot of growth in that area for you. And it's almost like that's what you're focused on. You don't seem to have a lot of distractions. So if you are working towards that, I think that what could be really fantastic is that you are, given the space to do that and the focus as well. It doesn't seem like there's distractions in your environment, or that you just, mentally don't know what you're doing. I also feel like it's something that you really love, and that mentally you love this as well. It's an exploration that's taking some of your mind to really indulge it, and it's got you feeling grounded and I don't want to say like excited too much, but like you're looking forward to what's going to come ahead and what you're building. Now we do have the message here, take a step back, and we have the steps here, so I am trying to kind of relate that, as well as this image here of the full moon. So we're getting a message of a lot of things are seeding, and they may want to go in all these different directions. So here we have a lot of focus, but there's something that could start with one point and then just sort of poof, bloom into seeds that scatter everywhere. So you may not be seeing that right now, and this may be something to think about, like that this actually has more potential than a linear single point. I do want to take a look at the back of this card and see if we have an additional message. So this mudra is to fortify the stomach and calm the nerves, to be able to witness your inner strength, which makes a lot of sense with, I think, with what I've been saying. So this appears to be, pardon me, the mudra here. And this is, you know, the finger that speaks of a lot of strength. It can do a lot. You know, it's what allows us to be superior in the way that we have quite the tool. So, and it's a very strong part of our hand. So this is saying, you know, relax that intensity a little bit. Okay, now let me look at what may be appearing for us in the exterior realm, or what's coming up in with our body. Again, with this, you may be actually interested in things in the physical world that are archaic in nature a little bit, or this may feel like an area that you already know a little bit about, but there's a lot there. There could be things that are kind of cloaked, and in plain sight, they're cloaked in the way that our present day culture may have been interpreting just common objects and symbols. You may want to look into the history there and see if there's actually some layers of things going on with what you've learned to decode through the culture, and see if there's a language and something common that's actually far more cryptic than you had assumed it to be. And this may be something from your ancestry itself, like, or semi-related to your ancestry. I mean, we have such a diversified background now. But it may really want you to go in and look at how some of your personal history ties into all of this. And not only the thoughts about it and the things that we have built as humanity out of our thoughts and our visions and our dreams, but also how it interrelates into the aspects of our environment that hold a lot of symbolic knowledge. And why do they hold symbolic knowledge? Like, for instance, the owl, very good example, very straightforward example. We all seem to know that this is an owl of wisdom, but really, what does that really mean? How did that come to be? Why specifically is this animal chosen to be encoded in this way? So that's what I'm getting there. And the owl is, because of how it's been encoded, is also reinstating that this is wisdom seeking, that you're looking for the absolute highest form of wisdom. And that comes through both experience and through sometimes studying. Like those, you know, the theory and the practice need to come together. Now, the helping card for this is Clove from the Essential Oils deck, and its theme is presence. Its trigger statement is, why did this happen to me? And its truth statement is, how did this happen for me? Its message is, know that you are the star of your life. You are the lead, and the audience is here for you. That was kind of unexpected. So this is the essential oil of clove, if you should have any on hand, or if you cook with it. If you like chai tea, it's usually in that mix. So maybe there is a need to do that. It seems like when I look at this, what I'm getting is that you as the actor, you as the storyteller here is becoming very necessary, that it's not just about you seeking, that there's actually a platform and a place that you are going to share this, this whatever you've been developing behind closed doors right now. And again, it could be a lot about having to do with architecture, how we, or even what architecture can symbolize for humanity. You know, a place that holds, a place where we do things. So, if you're involved with architecture, this would make a lot of sense too. And then let me look here at how you're connecting to your higher self. And like I said at the beginning, we have this double presence here of romance. And we have 2 flames in this one, which is a pretty typical symbol for romance. We have the wholeness here. So on this card, the message is the frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience with and reflection of a conscious lover. So I think that last fragment of that is really important, the conscious lover aspect. So what I'm getting intuitively here is that there may, if this seems to apply to you, and it doesn't, this is about romantic, but it doesn't have to be a present moment thing. It could be something in the past. It could be coming in. It could be just passion. That there may be this equality right now, and a reflection of equal burning desire, but without the unity, without it fully merging. It may not be able to hold itself. It may not be able to, completely unify. And without that unification, I feel like as this, we get the sorrow. Like, to me, the sorrow's coming in because of the lack of the wholeness being felt, because of the lack of coming together. So maybe there's something here that you're really focused on, and your presence is in your mind and in your ability to bring things out into the world. And maybe right now in this space, and what you really feel like is your higher purpose, there may be a romantic interest that you have, or that a process with this that you can relate to, where this is a little, it's in a stage where it's not speaking of happiness and joy and just wild abandon, but everything is a process. So you're in this space right now with it, and that's fine, because I always say things are going to change. And if you don't feel the experience fully, if you aren't able to get the perspective that you need out of this, then you're not going to learn and grow from it. So there's something about looking at why you may be feeling sorrowful. You may be feeling that this hasn't reached its highest potential for you. And that's what I get about the sorrow, is that there's really this peak experience that you're after this, and there is potential there, but something is not coming together. So, and maybe by the full moon, maybe this is growing towards it. So maybe there's a process of healing that is going on for you. Okay, and I do want to ask you to think of a question right now, should you want to do this. I want to start offering this option at the end of my readings. So I know that the readings for this week, the chakra readings, all have a question opportunity for you if you want to ask a yes or no question. So go ahead and think of a question like that. It could be related to this topic, or it could be anything that's presently of concern for you. And I will let you know based on what we have here. I'm giving you just a minute to think about it. The yes or no potential of it. So for this reading, it's going to be a no, because I'm basing it on the even number in our last card there. Should it have been an odd number, your answer would have been a yes. So we are going to conclude the reading there. Please join me again next week for another moon-themed reading for the collective. I did release I will be, they're coming out like within the next few days, the monthlies for this Virgo season that we entered late last week. So please have a look at that. And then I'm going to attempt a love reading I think I'll put out on Friday. It'll be like my first true love reading. I'm learning a few decks right now I'm getting all riled up for it. So I hope to have those out as well. So thanks so much, you guys. Take care. Stay blessed.